Teenage Mutant. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles might be my favorite thing that I've ever known. Ever since I was, I don't know, like even before I can remember things. And I would like to talk about that today. So, way back in 1983, well before I was a gleam in my father's eye, two men, Peter Laird and Kevin Eastman, came together and started working on a collection of short stories. Uh, and this would be one of them. Mirage Studios presents Gobbledygook. And this is a reprint, so it's definitely not the original. God, no. That's the original one's worth a lot of money. But this one is a reprint that I came across from a local comic book store, and I just wanted to talk about it. I don't know the origins of this reprint, where it came from, other than it came from that comic book store. I wish I knew. I tried looking up some information about it. There's not really a lot about this version of it. I did see that there are copies of it available on Amazon, and I assume it's this one. That's probably what this is. I don't know when it was made, but it's really cool. It's a good piece of history, and it's the first appearance of the Turtles in short story form. There's a bunch of little snippets of them doing different random adventures. Notably, the first time you see them in this anthology, you see Michelangelo and Donatello. Donatello doesn't have his face mask on, which is entertaining. Um, there's a bunch of cool stuff about this. There are a lot of like gallery pics from art from before that they that either them or friends of theirs had worked on. There's a lot in it. It's really cool. So if you can get your hands on a copy of it, definitely do so. I mean, let me just show you. Like that's just some random gallery art in here, and it's pretty sweet. Definitely something you would see on some kid's wall back in the mid '80s. I was trying to find one in particular. Ah, there we go. Because for the spooky month, this Halloween one right here. Yeah. So yeah, um, definitely cool. Again, there's lots of cool little short stories in it, and in the back of it there is an index that tells you all the cool people that worked on it. I just gotta find it. I remember seeing it the other day when I was reading it. Yeah, there's jeez, short stories. There's a lot of short stories in here, and a bunch of just gallery art by different artists, as well as Kevin Eastman and Peter Laird and Jim Lawson, I think, because he was very integral in the beginnings of their comic books, and I always see his stuff. I'm not seeing it here. I might be smoking. I'm not sure. Hold on. No, no. Anywho, sorry, I'm not a fast reader. Yeah, I don't see it. Anyway, I guess he wasn't in here. I was wrong. I could have swore I saw. There's other artists that I recognize in their later stuff. That's a Laird. That was Eastman and Laird. No, there is someone else in here. I'm just being stupid. Correction, I'm not being stupid. I'm just not taking my time looking for the page. The correct page. More gallery art. Maybe that's what I saw. This one someone else. Did I recognize the name? Richard Corbin? No. Don't remember that one. The Cosmic Crows. Bruce? Nope. Oh, that one's fantastic. Who did that one? That one's really cool. Notably, in this one, even though it's not Turtles, is this one. It's called the Cold for the Cold Wars. Um, Probably my favorite thing in this book, honestly. Like it's just so silly, and it's just a good parody of soft drink wars in general, and the ridiculousness. Who's this one? That's Laird. Most of it is Eastman and Laird stuff, but there are other comic artists in here, like Bruce Hatton. Hayton. I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing your name, sir. All due respect. You make some cool stuff, but I just don't want to mess it up. Yeah, and this Pursuit one by Laird is really cool. But yeah, lots of little cool short stories. You get an idea of their artwork and their idea and thought process behind things. This one looked interesting. I forgot who did. Michael Dooney did this little weird cat girl and a teddy bear thing, which is pretty cool. Who else is in here? Michael Dooney. Man, I kind of swore I saw something from Jim Lawson in this book, but I could be mistaken. No, wait. Is it one of the It's got to be one of the Turtles ones then. He would be the only one I could imagine. Yeah. I guess I could reference the index. Oh, here we go. Yeah, Crazy Man is the TMNT story written and penciled by Eastman for Gobbledygook, and it was inked by Ryan Brown and toned by Jim Lawson. Jim Lawson, not Larson. Did I say Larson? Lawson. I'm stupid. Um, I guess I could read the index. So pages 1 through 3 are "Don't Sleep on Main Street" and "I'm a Loser" were first Eastman and Laird collaborations. They were done shortly after they met in late 1982, using as a theme robot encounters tiny creatures in a post-apocalyptic. I'm going to start that all over again. So we're going to read the index. And I'm going to do it right this time. Pages 1 through 3 are "Don't Sleep on Main Street" and "I'm a Loser." And they were the first Eastman and Laird collaborations, done shortly after they met in late 1982, using as a theme robot encounters tiny creatures in a post-Holocaust world. Eastman conceived and penciled "Loser," and Laird conceived and penciled "Main Street," and each inked the other story. Sorry, I'm bad at reading, apparently. Pages 4 through 10 are "Techno Fear" and is an all Laird TMT short story done especially for Gobbledygook. The computer graphics were drawn using an Atari 520 ST. That's interesting. And Tom Hudson's Dagus and CAD 3D programs. Hand lettering by Steve Levine. Pages 11 through 12, these were two illustrations by Laird, were inspired by Clifford Simak's novel Enchanged Pilgrimage. Enchanged Pilgrimage. Okay. Page 13, this illustration by Laird was featured on the cover of the first issue of Scat, a free cartoon and comic magazine co-founded by Laird in 1979 and distributed throughout the Pioneer Valley region of western Massachusetts. Page 14, illustration by Laird for The Technician, a novel written by Mike Kirby in 1980. Page 15 is miscellaneous Laird illustration, 1984. Pages 16 through 19, The Crossing is the first story to feature two characters, Splat and Beggar, created by Eastman and was written, drawn, and lettered by Eastman in 1982. Pages 20 through 24, this second untitled Splat and Beggar story was a joint effort by Eastman and Laird, done shortly after forming Mirage Studios in 1983. In pages 25 through 33, the louder the better, it is their third Splat and Beggar story, this one written and laid out by Eastman, with Eric Talbot providing the finishes in 1986. So this is a wealth of just different things going on. So page 34 is an unpublished illustration by Laird, done for Science Fiction Fanzine in 1985. Page 35 is an unpublished illustration by Laird of Triceraton battling Octopoid Robot in 1984. Pages 36 to 38 are illustrations of dragons by Laird, all published in fanzines from 1983 to 1985. We're halfway there. Pages 39 to 42, You Had to Be There, is a historic collaboration between Eastman, writer penciler, and Richard Corbin, inker toner. The story is printed in TMNT number 7 as a special full color insert. Colors by Eastman, but this is the first time it was seen print with original inking and tone work done by Corbin in 1985. Pages 43 to 49, this Cosmic Crows story is the first published comic book story to be written and drawn lettered by Steve Levine, letterer of TMT. The Crows are the creation of Bruce Hatton in 1986. Pages 50 through 55, The Cold Wars is a story written and penciled by Eastman, and especially for Gobbledygook, with inks and tones by Jim Lawson in 1986. Pages 56 through 57, illustrations by Laird, done for covers of Halloween issues of Hampshire Life in 1978 and 1980. Pages 58, unpublished illustration by Laird of Corporate Executive in 1980. And page 59, illustration done by Laird for cover of April 1981 issue of Smith College Alumni Quarterly. Page 60, Cosmic Crows, short written and drawn by Ryan Brown in 1983. Pages 61 through 70, Pursuit was written and drawn by Laird and was previously unpublished in 1983. Pages 71 through 73, 3 one-page shorts by Michael Dooney, author-artist of Gizmo, previously unpublished. Pages 74 through 77, unpublished sample comic book pages done by Laird in a desperate attempt to break into the industry, 1979 to 1982. Pages 78 through 81 are a 4-page Gizmo backup story originally printed on an issue of Domino Chance, written and drawn by Michael Dooney. Pages 82 through 89, Crazy Man is a new TMNT story written and penciled by Eastman for Gobbledygook. Inked by Ryan Brown and toned by Jim Lawson in 1986. Page 90, Cosmic Crows, short written and drawn by Ryan Brown in 1983. Cover penciled and inked by Eastman and colored by Laird in 1986. Nice. So that's what they're talking about. That's the cover, which I will fold out. So this is a reprint of a later print of this from 1986, I'm assuming. So that's the full gambit. There's a lot of really cool stuff in here. I used better adjectives. A lot of sweet looking stuff in here. Like, look at these guys. They look so awesome. They look so great. Yeah, this is the I'm a Loser pages. It's pretty short little read. This one was done by story and art Kevin Eastman and Peter Laird. It's interesting in this they put their middle initials in here, and I think later they just did their first and last names on most stuff. But this was made at a different time, obviously. And then right into it, 3 pages in, we're on to the Turtles' first appearance, which is Mikey and Donnie, my 2 faves. Like I said, fucking Donnie showing up, mask. He looks naked. He looked naked. And then they're, like I said, they're talking about the other artists they got involved. Is the digitation of this. They did it out on a computer, make it all crazy granulated and whatnot, pixelated technically. But they're fucking, of course, shenanigans ensue with them, and poor old Mikey gets sucked into a computer that Donnie's built, and he's being chased by a fucking disco ball. Good times. Yeah, it's so crazy that's the origins of where they showed up. And there's other stories that has them in it, like, because that's just the first short story of them. And there's another one. Because I gotta stay focused. Losing focus. That's a Triceratops by Peter Laird fighting the octopoid. I can't remember. I'm sure I pronounced it wrong earlier. Dragons. Oh yeah, and then You Had to Be There, which is this one was Eastman and Richard Corbin, which this one looks cool. I just love the darkness of their look in their original form. How gritty it was. Mikey goes on a crazy adventure, essentially, only to run back up with his brothers after looking like a crazy Viking and half drunk. And he's like, oh man, I guess you had to be there. All just for that joke. It's good stuff. Classic Mikey. And then the last story of them that's in the book, there's 3 stories of the Turtles, is them. Who are they chasing? I forgot who they were chasing. This one was more reminiscent to like the continued on series that I will talk about later, because I think it was just straight Eastman and Laird. It said it in the thing. I said the thing, right? I did say the thing. Yeah, Crazy Man. Story written and penciled by Eastman. Oh yeah, Ryan Brown and Jim Lawson toned it. Okay, that's why it looks more like the continued comic. There, someone blew up a car, and then they started chasing the suspect, who looked eerily like Casey Jones, but definitely is not Casey Jones. It's some other asshat. I don't think they end up catching him. No, they do catch him. That's right. They fucking catch him, and fucking Raph beats the living shit out of him. No, Mikey. Mikey beats the living shit out of him. I'm sorry. I misspoke. That's right. Yeah, fucking Mikey shows him what's up. Oh no! Fucking look at the fear. That guy is scared. That guy is scared for his life. He's being beat up by a mutant turtle. And his three brothers are just like, no. It's like that. You know, you're having a bad time. Anyway, thank you for allowing me to ramble on about this issue of Gobbledygook. I will be talking more about the rest of the Turtle series in later videos. I'll see you next time. Peace.